Chep.
Yes.
Group F, Ivory Coast, the Gambia, Gabon,
Burundi.
Seychelles, and Burundi. The top team directs to the World Cup. The other top 4 best runners-up go into a playoff to then go into another playoff, blah, 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 blah. Leave that story.
Long journey.
Yes.
Ningumu, hard small.
Have faith now, people.
No, just sometimes it's good. You can have faith, but sometimes you have to be practical. You have to be logical.
Yes.
So far, what I've watched for Harambee Stars, Sioni.
After we lost to Pakistan.
Sioni.
No, we lost to
Mauritius.
Yes. Even outside the football, ile kwa uwanja. You know, it's not only about what you are delivering out. What else are you doing to achieve that goal? So far, what I'm saying, bado. Yeah. Others look better. Wamejipanga. They have a structure. They know what they're doing. I don't know. Just our transition from Mille football, from the clubs to the national team. There's always been a gap there, and I don't know why. Because others go there for others, you get other players who are not there for merit.
Haya, so sasa hiyo kizungu yote umetuambia. Sasa sum up in one word. In 5 words, are we going to go to World Cup in the land of opportunity or not?
No, I don't think so. We're not.
Okay.
Yes.
Teddy.
If you are in the Olich's era, we would have maybe 40% chance of going into the World Cup. But as for Sai, hey, if we maybe win here with our home games, then try to squeeze out a draw, there might still be a chance. But for me, nah, I'm not saying it.
Well, definitively.
Football correspondent.
Yes.
You know, I was actually...
Our insider.
Okay, let me try to make it a little bit longer, because I listened to the national team head coach when he gave us a press conference in March.
Yeah, and he told you guys to stop dreaming.
A lot of truths. Yeah, he told us a lot of truths. And the latest comments that he's come up with, I don't think they give you any confidence, even from him, because he says that we shall try our best, but there is no guarantee.
Yeah, but of course, he's just honest. Kenyans just don't like honesty.
No.
Kenyans just don't like someone who tells them the truth. The truth is, you have a very small chance of qualifying because first of all, you're in a group with Ivory Coast. It's just the honest truth. Yeah. You have a very, very, very tiny chance. Like, I agree with the guy who said 1%. We have maybe let's say push it to 10%. But you have a very, very, very tiny chance of beating a team that has been to the World Cup and that has won the AFCON twice, and a team that has, even though the quality may not be what it used to be, it still has enough quality. You have a you have a next to zero chance. And then after that, you have the Gambia, who have been there recently. And then you've got Gabon, who will give you problems. And then so I don't know why Kenyans are angry with our coach. Actually, maybe that's the question I should ask you. Why are you guys angry with the coach who's only saying the truth?
Okay, no, there's no problem. But if at all you're going to lambast Kenya as he did on that
not
day,
lambast,
down
it's
everything.
just explained.
It's the bitter truth.
The problem is you guys don't want to tell the truth. He did not lambast anyone. He basically said, guys.
Man, he came out with that screen. He was pointing out, when the last time he went to AFCON?
Exactly, because he's basically saying, guys, Kenya thinks it's a football nation. Kenya thinks it's a football nation. Okay. So, show us why you're a football nation. When was the last time you went to the AFCON?
Yes,
you've been there in 2019. Before 2019, 2004. And in 2019, you had to get Sierra Leone kicked out for you to qualify. So that's 2019. So what happened? The last time is 2004. Yeah. So in this millennium, you have been to the AFCON twice. Okay. When was the last time you qualified for AFCON under anything? 17, 20, 16, 13, 11? None.
No records.
When was the last time one of your teams went to the group stages of any CAF tournament? It's one team in 23 years.
Yeah.
So, how many of your players play in the top leagues in Europe? It's 2. No, actually, it's none. None play in the top 5. But then in the second tier, we have a few. We have maybe 2 or 3 or 4. Maybe 3. Yeah, maybe 3. Okumu, Marcelo. I think the list is done of second tier. Major plays. It's not like to ourselves. So where do you guys? So guys play in tier 3 and tier 4. Okay. So so based on the evidence I have shown here, why do you Kenyans think you should be qualifying for every AFCON and every World Cup? Where is the evidence? Like, what are we basing our criterion on when we say, oh, but he lambasted us? What?
Okay, no.
There's no blueprint.
At the same time, because Kenyans are also looking at facts also on the same side. You're also looking at his resume and how it looks like. If at all he's going to come up with these stats about Kenya not having qualified, but then we need to see a guy who's going to improve the...
So whose fault is it that his resume is bad?
That's on the organization who brought him there.
Thank you.
The
So
employer.
him, all he's doing is
But
telling
then-
you. Him is
but
doing
then-
his work.
but then-
He's been told.
but then-
yes.
We do expect to see some signs of a team that is...
What
actually
is this
pushing
we
the
have
heights.
given him to expect the signs? You see, we expect. Look, we expect James to lose his pot belly. But what has he done? What has he shown you to give you a chance that he might do it? So Kenya, we expect a fight. What are we giving him?
Okay, latest scene at least.
What do we have?
We've arranged some friendlies now.
Versus Mauritius and Pakistan.
They're the ones who are available.
Versus
You
Mauritius.
better get a chance like that. If at all you're buying the same book that he comes from, that we need to get some players who play internationally who can come in and try to gel with the team. If that's the plan, then friendlies are the best way right now to make sure that he gets those guys together. But what you've seen...
Friendlies versus Mauritius and Pakistan.
That's where we are right
And
now.
we lost to
Djibouti.
Mauritius.
And you think
Kenya lost to Mauritius. So, you have tried to go around, you have looked for people to blame. Come back to the truth. Kenya is going anywhere? Now, umemaliza kublame watu, umeblame Jean Firat, umesema nini,
sitasema no na Capiton no.
Go away. Either you say or you don't say. Don't
Tunaweza penya number 2.
Hey, come on.
Yeah?
Tunaweza penya number 2.
Okay, I like your optimism. So Sammy thinks we can be second in the group and go into the playoff. Or if your Nini is good, Chep says no, Teddy says no. It's a resounding no. I don't think Kenya has to do it because you need to have prepared for these qualifiers from 3 years ago, which
5
I
years.
don't think we have. So we are going to start now. And secondly, the only bit I agree with Sammy is that we need a coach maybe who boxes clever. And I'm not sure Firat boxes clever. I don't think he is that guy. You need a coach who is like, I keep saying, giving this example all the time. You need your Paul Put. You need a Claude Leroy back in the day. You need even a Delamrouche, a guy who knows how to box clever. And because here's the thing, Kenya cannot go toe to toe with Gambia or with Gabon or with Ivory Coast. No, so you have to box clever. You have to be clever in how you turn it, how you don't do this, how you go this way. I think so. And I'm not sure we get that. From
boxing clever means he be pragmatic or what?
it doesn't matter. You just have to box clever. You cannot go to Sammy. If you cannot go toe to toe with the team, it's like you playing Man City and deciding to go toe to toe. You are going to get crushed. If you play toe to toe with Real Madrid, they are going to crush you. If you go toe to toe with Bayern Munich at their prime, they will crush you. Okay. But you have got to. But there are teams that get points off them, so they learn how. You're Brentford. They know how to. How do you do? Yeah. So you need a coach who thinks like that and who shows it on the pitch.
So,
I'm not sure we have that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure we have that. I'm not sure we have the caliber of players to go that way. Like he said, if this was 10 years ago, maybe. I covered the last really good Harambee Stars team in this country, and no, it's not the 2019 one. The 2008-2009 team by Kimanzi. Yes, the one that got to the final round of qualifiers for the World Cup. That team boxed clever. And that team was able to squeak out results here, there, and they did something. I don't see it in this current one. The quality also then was higher. Because you had Mariga, you had Oliech, you had Alan Wanga.
Yes,
you had Fighter, you had George Wise. The quality was just slightly higher than what we have now. That's why I don't think we have a chance. I don't see it. And then we are based with teams that you almost never beat. West Africa is a hard place for Kenya to go. The only 2 games I can assure Kenya will win in Nairobi are against Seychelles and Burundi. After that, hizo zingine zote ni chances. Unless we find
and away also we can win against the 2.
Against Seychelles.
And
Burundi, I'm not too sure. But Seychelles, yes.
So,
but then again, we lost to Mauritius.
So that's 3/7.
That's the way I see it. But
if Kenya beat Ghana here, we can do.
At home, at home you might squeak a win over Gambia. You might squeak a win over Gabon.
Gabon.
You can.
Yes.
You can. But you need to box so clever just to get that. You have got to box very clever. You have got to make a really, really solid plan. So, in a word, will Kenya make it to 2026? No. Can Kenya cause a few problems in that group? If we are uber smart, yes. The problem is I don't see this current. There's nothing about the current team that gives me smarts. There's nothing in the current squad that gives me box clever. There's nothing in the current team, the current coach that makes me feel, oh, Kenya is on the rise. We are going to do great things. We have the potential to create upsets. I don't see it. I haven't seen it. Kenya lost to Mauritius. Mauritius. I dare you to name me one player you know from Mauritius. But either retired or current or, yes, one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bas. We are done. Let's come talk about basmati rice, pishori rice, whatever rice it is that you call it.
Dawat.
Yeah, dawat, that one. Whichever one it is. Let's come and talk about the